Hey everyone, what's up? So you find out that the sky's still blue and water is wet, and these fighters in PVC are still doing the same thing, man. I always say this, and I'm always a broken record, man, and I literally just repeat myself time and time after again. But I could literally go years without talking boxing, and I will always find myself coming back to the same topic involving the same people. I just want to say this, Crawford, we've said this plenty of times, Crawford just does not check the boxes when it comes to a certain criteria. And especially the direction that boxing is going now. It's fake it till you make it. It's all theatrical, it's all scripted, you understand? People don't like to take risks, they like to take the easier route. And they'll even stage theater they'll go as far as staging theater to try to protect these dudes. And I don't know, it's not even about profit anymore. It's not even about making money when it comes to, especially guys like Al Heyman in the PBC. You know, especially guys like Floyd Mayweather, you know, they all move the same in all actuality. And this even extends to Canelo Alvarez too. I know you guys want to hype Canelo up when he fights guys like Colm Smith and Caleb Plant, and you want to claim things that, oh, well, those are undefeated fighters. I mean, guys, the fanboyism and the hero worship today, it's just too crazy, man. It really is. But when it comes to PBC, and I noticed this in a lot of platforms, we notice this in the music industry. I've expressed this before, that it seems like boxing is no different than these industries. All of a sudden, you get these industry plants that pop out of nowhere, you know. And when you go even further, you know, these people, they try to hype up their profits, they try to hype up their sales. Boxing does the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Even when they're bombing, what's more important is the message and the rhetoric they want to go with. And the fact that you had Keith Thurman originally scheduled with Tim Tszyu shows you just how idiotic you are to begin with. And of course, Keith Thurman validates why you're idiotic by pulling out of another fight and getting injured again for whatever reason. Who knows why? You weren't training, maybe you couldn't make weight even at 154. I don't know these reasons. We've seen the same thing with Errol Spence. You know, and this is me coming back full circle to the theatricality. Well, they'll even stage theater to allow this stupidity where they're not going to even make money. Yet you're here spending money and resources on, like I said, theater and things that aren't even going to profit you. And you wonder why you go from network to network to network to network. But Spence, we know he had a long layoff before the Terrence Crawford fight. You could have addressed your cataracts, you understand? We've already gone over this. And then you had a long time after the Terrence Crawford fight to address your cataracts, but you were in Spain, you were walling out, you're still partying, you know what I'm saying? We see you spending your money, you're not paying your trainer, Derek James. Here we go, TMZ drama now. You know what I'm saying? And people, just because they hate Crawford and they hate the truth, because that's really what we said, this has always been the problem with Crawford. Everybody else wants to be fake. Crawford, it's such an offense to be truthful today and to just be who you are. You know, I want to fight this guy, I want to challenge myself, I want to continue to make greatness. And even with this blackballing and every way they've tried to hold this guy down, he still has accomplished things that your favorite fighter, even when they have to pay for belts, even when they have to throw in a WBC belt out of nowhere, you understand, to assist guys like Canelo to get undisputed. You know, they didn't give Crawford no belts. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just throw them in like we've seen with fighters like Lomachenko and Canelo. You understand? He's still accomplishing what your favorite fighters can't accomplish, even with all this blackballing, even with all this quicksand, and whatever other barrier and stumbling block they try to present before this dude. And I even have to go further, because again, we see these same trends throughout whatever platform, whatever industry, music industry, entertainment industry, politics, government. Crawford just did not fit that mold. You understand? It's a members only. And I'm going to use the word cabal. That's a BuzzFeed word. You know what I'm saying? It's a buzzword. But it's the truth today, sadly. when I see fighters like Wilder, again, came out of nowhere. And Wilder was old before he finally fought someone. He finally fought Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying? Your resume was horrible, trash. Although these same people that are anti-Crawford, they never kept that same type of energy when it came to, you know, guys like Wilder. But they come out of nowhere. And then I hear things that you want to have a baby. You know what I'm saying? And then I see even guys like Derek James from Oak Cliff, you know, a guy who seems like he don't even know how to read, to be honest with you. And he's talking about he's a Buddhist now. And I see Keith Thurman, and he talks about these crazy beliefs that he has. He's a hippie, but he believes in God, but he also believes in whatever else. And then I also see this type of stuff, which is quite prevalent in the PBC. And we're going to talk about this effeminate behavior lastly. But these guys, you have to self-medicate. You have substance abuse issues. You're always in some kind of problems. You're getting in car wrecks. And this isn't just Errol Spence, who's been in multiple car wrecks, guys. It's not one car wreck. You understand? It's 2, 3, 4, around 4 car wrecks now. Keith Thurman got in a car wreck. He's always injured. Errol Spence is always injured. You know what I'm saying? Broner, all these guys are self-destructive. And then I see this guy, Crawford, again. He doesn't have these issues. He had a hand problem when he fought Jeff Horn. He had to postpone the fight, but he went back and handled business, and dudes were still shook. You know what I'm saying? And these same guys didn't have a problem fighting Jeff Horn, just like they don't have a problem fighting Tim Tszyu and whoever else. You know, your Dennis Ugas, even when it doesn't make, you know, business sense. You know what I'm saying? But the theater and the narrative and the message, I guess, that they want is more important than making money. And for the betterment of the entire sport. You know what I'm saying? And again, you can see this type of behavior on all platforms, whether it's the music industry. The music industry, no one's really breaking crazy records, maybe someone like Taylor Swift or something, you know, but you're not seeing people really sell like they used to. And it's the same with the movie industry. Like I said, they all have to hype up their numbers and offer these padded stats on what's really going on, you know what I'm saying? And everything's been watered down, you know. They got to tell you that guys like Gervonta Tank Davis are stars and whatever else, you know. Even Canelo, this is a guy who needed his contract restructured. Yet he wants $200 million to fight a real threat. That in itself just tells you what's going on and what the truth is, you know, that in itself alone. But we're sitting here, you ducked after you enacted your rematch clause. You guys were legally bound, you know, to make the rematch that Errol Spence himself reenacted. But then again, you see him doing 180. We see Spence do this all the time. And this even goes back to the theatricality. And who's fighting these fights now, in all actuality? I don't understand why Keith Thurman would need to pull out. I didn't understand what, you know, they said Spence had an eye injury, and he gave the same excuse. He never addressed these issues, you know what I'm saying? And it's just built up, yet you go on vacation and you don't make it a priority to get these things fixed. It's just always an excuse, but you always see the same behavior. They still, to this day, want to blackball Crawford and try to, you know, stall whatever greatness he's trying to chase, you know? Yet again, as I stated earlier in the video, he still has, you know, done what your favorite fighter will probably never do, you know? That goes to you Canelo fans. Even with all the assistance and everything they give guys like Canelo, Gervonta Tank Davis, you know what I'm saying? It seems like there's more to this too. But we can get into those type of topics later because again, that deals with just politics and things like that. You know, but they can't have this guy who wasn't supposed to be where he was accomplish everything, because that's going to inspire other people to do the same thing. And again, they don't want people, you have to go through the system that they want you to go through in order to prosper. You know what I'm saying? Even though these guys that are given all this treatment, again, they're getting in injuries, they're getting in car wrecks, they have substance abuse issues and everything else. You know, guys like Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, they were given red carpet treatment right out the gate. You know, they're already prioritized, their careers were already being scripted and everything else. Crawford, like I said, he came in, and Mickey Garcia helped with this process too. But he sparred Timothy Bradley. And even back in the amateur days, these people were trying to shut him out, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't supposed to be in this situation. He's like this type of Cinderella man type figure. He was a guy, again, you're from Oklahoma, Omaha, Nebraska. And again, they didn't give you all this propped it up treatment and trying to hype you up like they do these industry plans and things like that. And you're still defying the odds and showing just how stupid their system is. You know, how ineffective it is. Again, you know, and he's staying true to himself. That's another thing they don't want to promote in this world today. That's all it truly is. We know that for a fact. You know, people, you know, the American dream, they told you, they used to sell you that you can make your own way and things like that. A guy like Crawford exemplifies that. But now they want you to always go through the system where you have to do things a certain way, and you have to be cool with a certain clique and certain ideas and things like that. And we're in the same boat, you know what I'm saying? We're just going to see what Crawford's decision is. He's already made the world eat their words. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to do it again. And it's funny that he basically has like people from 3 different weight classes stuck in him. And they're doing the same crap that they've been doing. Go fight Boots, go fight Benavidez at 168. You know what I'm saying? They're showing how pathetic they are when they say and do these type of things, you know. And they praise this type of backstabbing nonsense that we're seeing from guys like Jared in his boots. Is that, you know, pulling some effeminate moves and acting like they're really doing things. You know, oh, we're going to be on Canelo on the card. Is that still going down in his boots, fans? Tell me what's going on in his boots, since that's your new dude. But we see that these haters, they're getting to parade again against Terrence Crawford. And really, you're just making yourself look more pathetic. This is the effeminate era, you understand? It's cool to be a female today. And you guys, you're just brainwashed and you act on this stuff. And you don't see how stupid it is and how it's not even helping the sport, how it's not even making your fighter, you know, while you guys do your little charade against Crawford, or I mean your little parade with each other, you know, it's just making you look more pathetic. You know what I'm saying? And it's just exposing further how it's just how watered down and everything else and weak this generation is, man. You guys praise the dumbest stuff. To you guys, mediocrity is greatness. Everything's backwards for you guys today. Cowardice is like, I don't know, bravery today. It just doesn't make sense to me. But we all see what's going on. I think it's funny, and the same people, they're cheerleading. Yeah, you know, it makes more business sense with Errol Spence coming off a loss. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't a normal loss, guys. That man got beat from pillar to post, had no defense. I've already gone over this. I don't even have to readdress this stuff. But I don't know what you guys are cheerleading. I don't know what you guys are celebrating. This is not worth celebration. And it's funny to see that Tim Tszew's even giving into this nonsense. Of course it's easier route. Of course it's easier route to, you know, fight a Errol Spence that you guys all claimed was damaged goods and everything else. So he's even pulling Jerron in his boots and doing this, you know, scavenger type nonsense that a lot of these fighters, they're built up on today. You know, and you wonder why guys like Spence, when they do fight a guy like Crawford, why they look the way they do. And it'll be the same for Tim Tszyu, Jaron in his boots, and all these other guys you guys always continue to hype up. This is nothing new. I'm beating a dead horse again. We all know what it is. You guys all know what it is. We'll just see what Crawford does next. It's pretty funny at this point. I hope he's handling his money and everything else pretty good. I don't hear Bomac or anyone else trying to sue Terrence Crawford. So hopefully that whole situation is going good. You know what I'm saying? We're hearing all this drama when it comes to Spence and all these other dudes. Again, they're getting injured. Their trainers are suing them. Their trainers are taking down their heavy bags with pictures on them. You know, this is the drama you're hearing with the guys that you're cheerleading and celebrating today. Crawford, it's funny. It's good that he keeps his silence and he doesn't really address the media too much, because he does. When he does, you guys, you need ammunition. basically. But we've seen this process. It's a broken record. I'm gonna let you guys go. There's nothing new under the sun. You guys have a good day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.